Emma, yeah.
Emily Walter, Vice Chair.
Liz Hamilton.
Margaret West.
Marie Kaysen.
Okay, we've got one on her way and one won't be here, so we have a quorum, so we're good. The first thing we need to do is approval of our minutes from February meeting, if everybody's looked at those and can deal with that real quick.
A motion to approve?
Got a motion? Okay, any discussion, everything's good? Everybody? All right, all those in favor? All right. Okay, real quick, two of the items we have tonight were tabled at previous meetings, and as I understand it, notification stuff was done again just for whatever. So with that said, they're technically public hearings again. So I'll just give the how we like to proceed with that, and again, the third one is a new one, but I'll call for whichever one is due up. Whoever's going to speak for it, come up to the microphone with the little red light on it there, and we need your name and your home address, wherever that may be, because I know we have some out of town. But that's for our records and just to have. But and then speak to the project. Maybe a couple of questions while you're speaking, but then I'll call for anybody else speaking in favor of the project, then anybody speaking against the project, and then we'll pull it into us for the actual deliberation of things and talk about the specifics of it at that point. And so with that said, like I said, we have two of them are tabled. I don't know, the first one we have is 911 Oak Street, the fence project. If there's somebody here to speak for that. Okay.
Okay, I've never done. I did this over Zoom last time.
I know, you're fine. Your name and address first.
Morgan Shaw, 425 Hannah Drive.
Okay. And then just for, I think it was done last year, right? When we first did it. Just for, if there's somebody who wasn't on it, I don't remember now, but it was tabled because there were some legal issues between yourself and the contractor to be resolved, and then when that got resolved, we went back
Yes,
here.
so I was new to downtown when I took over this business and didn't realize there were codes with fence. So I hired out Legacy, who I assumed would do the right thing and pull permits, but they didn't pull permits.
Okay.
And went ahead and put up the fence and paid for it. So we had to sue them to try, since they didn't do due diligence, and we lost. So I still paid them, and now we're back to
Okay.
figuring out how to fix it.
Okay. Have you read over what was, it's basically the same as last time.
It's been
we
like a
did.
year since we went
Yeah.
over everything,
Okay.
so.
Well, is everybody familiar with it? Okay, I mean, I'm not to cut you from talking about it, but
No,
basically,
it's okay.
the issue basically is that it's a PVC or plastic fence, and that is specifically not allowed in the district. And we got, like I said, last time we got to the point where you were going to deal with that, see what could happen that way, then we'd go from there. So that's where we're at. And I mean, it's a kind of rock and a hard place kind of thing, but I mean, it's the material is,
Yeah.
is not allowed. I don't know, again, I can't speak for why things happen like they did, but it's just a shame options weren't.
Right, I
weren't given,
understand that it's out of your control. So
Yeah.
I just need to know how it needs to look and what it needs to be made out of, because I'll have to hire it out again.
Yeah. There are, I don't have any examples I don't carry around with me, but there's, metal, aluminum or steel or whatever, privacy fences that are decorative in the way they look. Again, price range from whatever, like PVC. So they're out there and they exist. You can get the same privacy you want, with.
Privacy like that, because this is a kid's business.
Yeah, I know. No, I mean, really, I guess, a lot of times you hear like metal fence and it's just, open thing.
Right.
That's the decorative fences. Privacy fence, another category in
Okay.
fences. And there's, I think, I Googled it, this has been a while too. Google, metal fence and, privacy fence. And I mean, Lowe's came up as an option even,
Okay.
so, it's not, not our job to find the fence for you, but they're there and they're not, again, I don't, price wise, I don't speak to that. I don't know that, but
So
I'm
then
sure it's probably a little more expensive.
Then I need to
but-
find something, then present that to y'all, then get that approved, and then put it up? The new, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I guess, I mean, we, typically, because this was a different situation, we need to see, we would want to see what you're proposing.
Yeah.
But this was more of a restart kind of thing, I know, and I understand that. we have done in the past, it's material is the issue. That's the material.
Right.
And we have, and you tell me if I'm saying too much, but in the past, we've, approved the general gist of something, but you submit it back to the office, and if they're good with it, we're good to go, if it meets the requirements.
Okay.
And right now, all we're looking at, you want the privacy, you want as privacy as you get. We're not worried about that. That's not our issue.
Okay, so give me full panel, like as much as possible?
Well, I mean, photos or, you don't have to bring a big chunk of metal in, but, or
Right.
whatever. But just somehow, she can work out with you what can be submitted. And if it's okay, then you're good to go. We don't, there's no need to come back to us as a group.
Okay,
I'm assuming that's okay. That we can put it to you to approve.
Yeah,
the-
if y'all
the
want to do
submission.
that, sure.
And we've done that with material things or with, this is kind of falls in that. I mean, she's going to get it functioning like she needs it. So I'm not worried about that.
and how
That's not
long
our-
do I have to take care of that?
I mean,
It would need to be,
well, once she gets, back up, if she submits something to you soon and you give her the COA, this is what we're trying to get to, what's the time frame from that? Is it 6 months or is it,
we would have to, we'd just have to communicate with you.
Okay,
okay.
Find a workable plan.
It's not within a week,
Okay.
But within a reasonable time, so.
I guess from your perspective, just to clarify something, you want this to operate while this transition is happening, correct?
yeah, because
You
there's
wouldn't be
toys.
open to, okay,
Yeah, there's toys all in that, like giant toys and scooters and
Yeah.
sensory stuff that can't go inside.
okay.
Yeah.
That's what I just wanted
And
to clarify.
I mean, is everybody okay with that? I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
would-
gonna come down, we just.
I would be fine with saying, we give you approval for a new fence, demolish the current one, or get rid of it, whatever you're gonna do with it. And then just say, as a commission, that we approve a new fence going in pending your submission of materials that fit the guidelines.
Or fence type,
With
whatever.
stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I,
Because all it is a material issue.
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. That's what I was.
I will
hoping we'd do.
motion to put
To
that
do
forth.
that.
As I see nodding and no questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the best we can do, and I know
Yeah.
it's not, I mean, to say I'm sorry, I mean, it's just, you got put in a bad situation.
Yeah,
and,
cost of doing business.
Yeah, I hate that.
So, yeah, well, it's an easy thing to say, but it still
Yeah,
hurts.
just already accepted it.
That still
Cut you
hurts,
off.
but, okay, so we have a motion, and does everybody understand the
I want to
motion?
say something. So
Okay.
I would say,
Let's-
this can drag out if you don't get with him and get your material and get your stuff ordered, because stuff can be so
Right.
far behind. So if you drag your feet, then we're looking at 8 months, and I don't think anybody intends for that, so
Yeah.
get on. Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Now, any discussion? Anything else? Okay, all those in favor? All right,
Aye.
okay.
Good? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I stay for the rest of the meeting? I've never done
No,
that.
I mean, it's really fun. It's a really fun thing to do, but we understand if you go. Okay, next one up, we have, basically come and go. The new commercial structure at 508 Oak Street. Have anybody here to speak to that?
Good afternoon. Mike Clotfelter with Ozark Civil Engineering, representing our client, Come and Go. Address is 3214 Northwest Avion Way, Bentonville, Arkansas.
Okay.
As you guys are aware, we're coming back before you today. We have a revised building. We're proposing a Come and Go at the northwest corner of Oak and Ingram. Site consists of approximately 1.59 acres. We're proposing a 6,177 square foot building, approximately 23 spaces, 6 fuel dispensers. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those regarding the site itself. If you have any questions regarding the building or
Yeah,
signage,
I'll
we
just,
have Come and Go.
I'm not trying to speed it up or cut you off. I just, the tabled because of it didn't meet, things that we needed met last time. Have you read the recommendations that the staff?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay, for everybody here, like the windows and things, staff was good with it. We're not doing a bungalow that needs lots of one-over-one windows. This is a commercial structure that has has its function. I'm not trying to speak for you guys, but I think they've done what, staff's happy and they've done what we need to have done. So I'm not, like I said, not to cut it off, but we've been down this before, but except, with the wrong version. But still, anybody have any questions for them? Now, like I said, I wasn't trying to cut it off and hurry up.
No,
but
you're
just-
fine.
We're just, that's, because it was tabled and we're revisiting, you don't need to tell us all the nuts and bolts unless you want to. Anybody else here to speak for the project? You can stay there if you need to, or, okay,
Thank you.
yeah. And just again, name and address, and we'll go from there.
Sarah McDougall. I am from 3208 Northwest 28th Street, Ankeny, Iowa.
Okay.
It's Ankney.
Okay. That's like it
There's my
sounds.
friend calls it ankle knee.
Okay.
If you have any questions about the building and facade, I'm more the person to ask
Okay.
than Mike. He's he's the site civil engineer.
Sure,
So.
sure. The questions were raised the first time
Mm-hmm.
about, why this, why that, to the staff's satisfaction, that, those questions have been met. I mean,
Okay.
not to make it no big deal, but again, I know it's gonna be a handsome building, but it's just, the issues we had before have been resolved, and, it's a procedural stuff. You gotta drag yourself back down from ankle knee and.
That's okay. It's 40 degrees and snowing and
Okay,
ankle knee, so I'm
enjoy.
kind
I
of
think-
happy to be
I think
here.
we have rain a couple days, but that's it here.
Yeah.
So yeah, enjoy yourself. But so and again, I'll take any comers that want to talk about it and for it and everything. But I think we take their recommendations and look at things and especially on a brand new building. If we're adding on something, that's a different thing. But I think we're go ahead.
I just have a question about the big ampersand sign.
We will not be doing that. So they had been doing those, and it would be like decorative for the.
Sure.
You've seen like the Chicago cows that was
Yeah.
kind of the idea, but they've gone away from it. So
Okay.
it still shows up on some of our older stuff, but yeah, you
Okay.
won't see that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I kind of like it, but that's.
I know, but
you don't have-
it gets weird because it's outside. So some places think of it as a sign, and others think of it as artwork, and
True. That's true.
it just
Yeah,
it got
yeah.
complicated.
Gotcha. I got you. All right. Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
I think I asked this last time, but what's your time frame for this? Just out of curiosity.
So we will, as soon as we get approval for site, we will move into creating the building documents and pulling the full construction package together / permit, and then it goes into building department for
Yeah.
building approval. We bid it out, and really, I think, James, you told me that we can do demo separate, a demo permit. There's a lot of demo
Yeah.
on that site, so we would
Yeah.
probably want to pull that permit early and get
Yeah.
out there and start getting everything down.
Sure.
In between that process, we do close on the property. So our goal is still to have this open for the end of the year.
Okay. That's
Yeah, so we're pushing
pushing, but
December,
doable.
but it would be, if
Yeah.
not December, it would be shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
So your nice weather allows us to work in the winter,
yeah.
unlike where I come from.
It's really hot in the summer though.
Yeah, we work very hard to get things enclosed where I come
there
from.
you go. And heating and air on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Anybody else have any questions?
I had a question on the south elevation. Is all that transparent glass?
Which one's this?
Like the Oak Street?
Yeah, so I know it doesn't, the way the software does these, it does it, yeah, it will be transparent. The back's inside is like a hallway, so it's like a white wall. So what we had proposed in working with James was to work with you guys to get pictures of old Conway and kind of make a mural on that wall. So there's something to look at.
Yeah.
And we've done that before. We can work between you guys and our marketing department to make that happen.
Sure.
So
Okay.
we thought that would add something to that
Yeah.
streetscape.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's
Well,
it's
and-
either putting that or pictures of pizza. So,
Yeah.
which is what we've done in the past.
That's true. Yeah. And well, you could.
Not that
Old
pictures
Conway-
of pizza are
well,
bad.
Old Conway and an ampersand and pizza.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
I guess. Well, a lot of what you've got to do with the city still is the development review, right? The beyond us. I mean,
Yeah.
it's on here is
Yeah.
things will be thrown into that, landscaping things like that. So that's a different thing. Okay.
So have you seen all the recommendations? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I think the only one I just wanted to double check because the monument sign is, we've asked for a variance on that. That is our smallest version of a monument sign. part of it is just we want the pricing on there for the gas. That obviously makes it bigger. So I know we talked about that we'd probably be able to work through that. So I didn't want to get all the way down all in the process when we get to signage and all of a sudden it's a problem. So
Yeah.
just wanted to double check that.
The staff recommendation does include the approval of
Okay.
the signage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're good.
Does that include, I mean, because normally we have to have landscaping in front of the sign and everything, right? Is that part of the deal as well? I'm just thinking of the church that we talked about with the monument sign.
Basically, what you're approving is the deferral of the landscape review, the structure, the site, the sign, all of
Well,
it.
And I'm just cautioning.
We do landscape around those, so when we do these building elevations, it doesn't, because we haven't developed the landscaping plan yet, but we typically landscape around those.
My only caution is that the height of that sign, if you do any landscaping in front of that, it might cover up, just based on what we're
Right.
seeing here, it might cover up some.
Yeah, it's
lighting.
gonna-
And so I
Well,
wonder if they
yeah.
had to increase that to account for our requirements for landscaping,
And-
is that
and,
gonna trigger any?
Al-
heartburn?
Also, we're not in a residential area where that was, the size was the push on that, where this, to me, there's tweaking that can be done there because it's a different, it's commercial.
Well, I think
You
just
know, I
because
just-
the reasoning is the gas prices.
Yeah.
So,
We
You might-
have-
You might want to keep those
Yeah,
down below
yeah,
the
true.
landscape.
We have versions of that monument sign that are taller that have more space for landscaping below, but I just didn't pick that because I was trying to keep it inside. It's
Yeah.
close to the
Yeah.
square footage, but we can do that and working with James to get some more landscaping around it if that's important to you
I
guys.
would-
so Liz,
would
I guess
do
you're
that.
proposing that they do have a higher sign, so
Well,
they
just
can
that
have
they're allowed
landscaping.
To have that height variance.
A little
So that
bit.
they can meet the other requirements, so they're not only stuck with Mondo grass or,
Yeah, no, I know, I agree,
something
I agree.
fancies,
Well, again, working with James and staff would be the thing to do with trying to get some stuff in there, that's,
Okay.
yeah. So okay, so anybody, I'm sorry, is that it?
Oh.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Last thing.
Ask a question.
I think you guys did a great job redesigning it to fit the
Thank
district
you.
and all the
Yeah.
requirements. So
No, we
thank you guys
appreciate
for
that.
all the
I
effort.
I really appreciate your patience. We've had transition. I just started in December and it's been a little crazy, so, and James of staff have been awesome to work with, so we're getting there.
Good deal, good deal.
We'll get a store there.
Yeah, well, we welcome that too. Anybody else want to speak in favor of the project? Not
it's just
required,
us,
but, okay,
so.
that's fine. Anybody in opposition to the project? And that'll dispense with that. Nobody's standing. Okay, I'll bring,
I make a motion that we approve with the staff recommendations.
okay.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion, and a second. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Good deal. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, guys. Okay, next one up, we have a detached garage project on Davis Street. If there's somebody here to speak for that.
Hi, David McKim, 207 Arrowhead Road, Greenbrier.
Okay.
I'm the contractor.
All right,
So, after reading the email I got yesterday, I believe, a couple questions about where the detached garage is actually going to sit. I went by, made a diagram today. I'd like to show you here.
okay. Is it, the drawing that we have, is that where to go? Is it different from that?
It's basically the same drawing, just filled in.
Okay, is that 30 feet from the front of the house?
That would be appropriate.
Okay. Is that the existing building going away that's back there?
Yeah, it's no longer there.
Oh, is that, okay, so
Yeah.
this
There
drawing
is a-
says that.
There is a small storage unit. It's going away.
Basically shows that.
I knew 30 minutes ago we was there. I was like, it's there.
Okay. Yeah, so,
So with the recommendations that, locating it, that's all, I think that's good. That's what we're looking at with this
Yes.
drawing. Anything else with the recommendations, any issues with that?
there was something about the ribbon driveway. We're gonna continue that.
Okay, that's good. That's encouraged. That's
And
good.
that's,
Yeah,
other than that, I didn't see anything else
okay.
that y'all had a
Roof
question about.
roof pitch going to match the house?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
It's just, that would, with that, having the gable facing the street, that just, would just match,
Yeah.
so, okay. The other was windows, adding a couple of windows, I believe.
It's got one window per side. If it needs to have more, then we can do that, but
I think it was item number 3, require 2 additional windows in comparable size to the 2 upper story windows on the front facade of the primary structure. I don't know, was that in a particular location, or was it?
There's only 2 windows on the front facade on the first one.
Right.
On the, yes.
On the new build, on the-
Sorry, yes, that's on the front facade of the.
Oh, the front of the garage, yeah.
If you, so if you look at the front of the garage, it's,
A door and wall.
right.
Yeah, so a couple of windows on that front. with-
Oh, okay.
With the pitch, then that's, I mean, it's just, it's door and a wall, you know, so,
So,
again,
so a hip roof with, or a gable end
gable-
with 2
gable end,
windows
yeah.
on the doors,
Yeah,
the garage door
yeah.
side. That's not a problem.
yeah, okay.
And James, are you asking for those windows on the front side to be comparable to the existing?
Those 2 up top on that front
Yeah,
row above
not-
the porch.
Not the 2 little double ones, but the 2.
No, no,
No,
no, on the
it's
main
on the
building.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we can do that, that'd be great. And the 1/1 is what we, you know, it's typical, I think, is that what those are there in the house? I can't tell.
I can't tell.
That's fine, but,
I think they're 4/4.
okay. Well, we basically, new windows, we'd avoid the snap-in grid, because it looks like a snap-in grid. you know?
Right.
And 1/1 is a standard, I've got a 1913 house, and they were, original windows are 1/1, and that's just been done, you know, like crazy, so.
Yeah, lack of grid is much better.
Yeah, it is, I mean, it really is. Okay, well, any other comments for?
Does this count as this revised plan?
We'll need full, but this is definitely where we want it.
Yeah, 30 feet back from the front of the house is what, that's the main thing.
We had asked for a submission of revised plan, and so I was asking, does that count?
Oh.
as a submission of revised plan?
I just want to clarify, okay, our 2 windows, are they going to be in the eave, in the gable, or are they going to be next to the garage door?
Next to the garage.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's what I thought, but then something else was said.
Yeah,
there.
no.
Okay,
no. They should be similar in size to the ones that are in the kind of, sort of,
Upstairs.
almost the gable of the main house, because of the way that porch was, but,
That third condition should clarify the front facade of
yeah.
the
Yeah, it should.
garage.
Again, you don't wall of windows in a garage anyway, but, you know, a couple of,
You know,
So-
we put 10 windows in, I wouldn't care. It doesn't matter to me.
well,
Whatever makes y'all happy.
well, we
to-
won't require that.
to do, and-
It's just, it's really kind of minimum just to keep it, again, so that it looks like it goes with that hat, you know.
Right.
That kind of thing, so.
and you can design them in a way that people can't look in and see what's in there.
Right.
That's what we did at my house.
Yeah, we can always mirror tint them and be done, so. The homeowner's just trying to get someplace to have a, workable wood shop and,
Sure.
a little storage too, so.
I built mine 2 years ago. I know what that's, the necessity of that, but,
I'm in the process of building mine.
yeah, it's a have to. I guess, anybody else here to speak in favor of it? And if not, anybody to speak up opposition? And without that, then if we have any other, do we have any other questions or concerns?
I move that we approve with the stipulations
With the
stated.
recommendations, okay.
A second?
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Good job.
All right,
Easy stuff.
thank you very much.
Didn't cut anything off of you, nothing, just right, just easy.
I don't know where that thumb went.
I know, that was on the way up. All right, well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good luck with it. Okay, so we have a quorum. We can vote on the number of people that we have to have for a quorum. Right? Is that what we're able to vote tonight? And approve it? Okay. So what we've got, basically, just for the record, whatever, we had 9 people before. We needed 5 for a quorum. We changed to 7 and neglected to change the number for the quorum, which would be 4. So we've had 7 people on the thing with needing 5 for a quorum, which is just kind of, we got close a couple times. So, at least it gives us some breathing room. So, and it's the right thing to do. So that's all I got to say. But you got anything to say about it?
It's the other thing is just making it consistent with the bylaws that have been adopted for the planning commission. It's got things like shot clock in there, so,
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah.
you know, limiting the, if anybody decides to filibuster or something like that. I'm not saying
Yeah.
a member of the commission.
Oh, okay. Good,
I was
good. I can talk, keep talking.
I was just saying if we have a situation where.
I mean, we've not, you know, it's not been like planning commission can be. We've not had that, or people in line to say the same, you know, we've had a couple of issues, but luckily we've not had that kind of.
Yeah. I still think it's better sites
Oh, no, I agree. I'm fine with that. I just, we've been kind of blessed with it, just kind of, everybody's here to get their thing done. They're pretty compliant a lot of times, so it's good. But planning commission's always yes, no people and going against it, so. Okay, with that, I mean, I was going for the quorum thing, because that's my, it's been hanging there forever, but, so we got any other discussion, or we want to proceed with the?
I'll motion to approve the new bylaws.
A second.
Motion is second for bylaw changes, as we've discussed briefly. All those in favor?
Aye.
Good deal. So now we can deal with somebody going, I can't make it last minute, if we were squeezing. I mean, again, one person doesn't sound like a lot, but it does make a difference, you know, when, so, all right, well, good. Anything else to discuss, talk about?
Why do we go down from 9 members to 7?
Originally, it was getting harder and harder to get people to fill we had to get 3 or whatever, and we were running out of people. You know, I mean, you can be off a year and come back.
Yeah, and
But
the
we
Pine,
can't get a hold of anybody that's gotten off of it.
yeah, the Pine Street community,
Yeah,
that was a place we couldn't fill.
yeah, we've always wanted a representative from there. It's part of our bylaws, but, we had a couple for a couple of terms, and then, if they don't submit, they don't submit, you know? And you know, like Downtown Partnership's another one, and you're a member of Downtown Partnership, that's kind of, that's not like, oh, she's here because she's that, but that was, that you filled that hole, yeah, so, that was just a bonus on that, but that's, we talked about not having those requirements, because we're not having to pull people, we've got, you know, and that may be something to talk about one of these days, but I'm not gonna pressure it, because it's working out fine, I think. If we can't, we also want people from every, voting district.
Precinct.
And if nobody applies from it, we don't go out, you know, forcing people to sign up, so we can only get what we get, you know, so. But it's on the books.
I think it's
We-
definitely been more competitive the past couple of years
Yeah,
as well, since
yeah.
I've been on.
Yeah, it has. There was a time.
Which I think is good.
Yeah, there was a time where we had to, you know, y'all know anybody, and we can put on the, you know, we can ask and, but now, yeah, it seems like we have, of course, we didn't have any to fill this year. It was easy, so, but that's not gonna happen all the time, so. But I think we have a good group right now. Shane, you know, he's kind of the not bulldog, but he asks hard questions and stuff, and he was with Come and Go last time. It would've been, he'd just sat there with nothing to say this time, but yeah, again, I appreciate everybody. I think we have a good group, so, for all that, but, luckily filibustering is not against the law for me. Yeah,
Second?
No.
I did. I heard adjourn. I heard adjourn. I saw your eyes cutting over. I was there.
Let's just raise your eyebrows at machine.
Yeah.
It sounds like a motion.
Yeah, it does sound like a motion. We need a second.
Second?
Did we get, okay.
Marika.
Oh, did you, I'm sorry.
No.
I was talking. I didn't hear.
No, I was like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
that's why you were.
No, I heard the motion. I didn't, after that, I kind of zoned out. All right, we've got a motion and a second. All's in favor?
Aye.
Thank y'all. We are done.